All right, so it says that I'm live. Let me just go to my channel and make sure that I can see it live, and then we can get started. But what's up, you guys? It's Adanna. So I wanted to do this thing for you. I had this idea where I would be going live, and I'm going to be going live every Tuesday from now on to just talk about schools and to research the various different programs that are currently out there for PA schools. There are a ton of PA schools out there, probably like over 300 and counting. Okay. And so we want to make sure that we can actually go ahead and look at the programs and see exactly what they are requiring and, from you and when you should start applying and all of that good stuff. So that is what this is going to be all about. So I want to go to Caspa for you guys. This is typically where you will go to check it out, and that is just caspa.liaison.cas.com. I'm going to share my screen so that you guys can actually see what I'm talking about. And let's get to the window that I want to go to. All right, so here we are, Caspa. This is the central application site, and this is kind of what it's going to be. This is what you're going to see when you are looking at programs, okay? And so if you don't... This guy is like too much, but this is what you're going to see when you go to apply for PA school. When you go and you look at the application, this is the main part. This is where you're going to create your application. This fine, get out of here. Oh my gosh. Okay. So this on the left, you see right here where it says click here for the list of 2021, 2022 participating programs. That is where we're going to go. Okay. So here you will find all of the programs that are participating in Caspa. Now, again, there are more PA programs that don't actually participate in Caspa, meaning that you can apply to these schools outside of the Caspa application. But what I will be doing on Tuesdays is looking at the schools that are participating in Caspa. Okay. And so the first school up is Advent Health, as my title stated. Their program deadline is November 1st of this year. So if you were interested in that program, you'd need to do that. Okay, you'd need to do this thing by November 1st. And they're located in Florida. So I'm going to just copy this and paste it and just hit PA program, and let's see what pops up. Okay. So here we go. This is Advent Health University, and I do want to make a disclaimer, like no school, I'm not affiliated with any of these schools that I will be like kind of reviewing / researching for you guys. I'm not getting paid to do this. I have nothing to disclose. This is just me doing something for you guys out of the goodness of my heart in terms of looking at these programs. Okay. So this is the main page for Advent Health University. This is something that you guys should probably look at if you're interested in being a part of this particular program. They have a virtual information session October 5th. You can RSVP because there you'll be able to ask, more questions to those people that are at the actual program, like advisors and counselors, and maybe even some students might be there. Okay. So I like how they have this laid out because it has kind of like the quick facts for you guys, where not every PA school has it like laid out this simply for you all. So just bear that in mind, and you might be able to kind of see that as we go on and look at other PA programs. But this is really nice. So it tells you what degree level this program is. It's a master's degree. Now there are some PA programs that will be a doctorate degree, but, we'll cross that bridge on another day. But their degree is a master's degree. The average accepted GPA in 2020 was a 3.5, okay? Their minimum required to apply is a 3.0. So you can see right then and there, like if you have a 3.0, that doesn't necessarily mean like you're quite out of it, but if you're looking at this GPA of the average students that they are accepting, like this is actually like something that you should think about, because it's a 3.5. Okay, so just keep that in mind. It says their deadline is November 1st, and they are a summer start, so trimester. So 3 semesters, I guess you can say, with a summer start, which is what my program was. We started towards the end of May of the following year. And so that if this deadline is November 1st, typically they will start probably at the end of May or in the beginning of June, somewhere around there, for their summer session. And they accept 30 students. Okay, 30 students is what they accept. And let's look at their accreditation statement, because this is kind of, something you might want to know about. Okay, so Advent Health has been granted accreditation continued, which is good. Now you can be continued, you can be probation, or you can be provisional. And provisional just means that you're new. Probation means like there are some things that your program needs to work on, and continued means you're in good standing. Okay, so that is good to know. Let's go back up to the top. About the program. It talks about the physician assistant profession. This program specifically, its mission is to educate knowledgeable and compassionate individuals as spiritually cognizant healthcare providers who embrace a mission of service to others. So when you are thinking about, if I get an offer for an interview to whatever program it is that you're applying, it is important to know what the program's mission is, okay, and how that mission aligns with you. So just be mindful of that, because it's going to be important to know. And then they have a diversity statement where it says the Advent Health University PA program is a graduate program awarding a Master's of Science in Physician Assistant Studies. Our program is committed to diversity in the student body and in the physician assistant workforce. We encourage persons from all socioeconomic, racial, ethnic, and religious backgrounds to apply. Okay, so that's nice. That's a good statement. Oh, pass PANCE rates. This is another good thing. So when I was looking at schools, I was trying to see exactly like, all right, well, if I were to apply to this program, what is the pass rate? Because if I don't pass, then I can't practice. So I want to see exactly what it is that the pass rate is. And they have it laid out here again, very simply, very easy for you. So that's good. And I want you guys to comment and let me know what schools I should do next. I had it where I was literally just going to go straight down, like in alphabetical order. But if I have like a comment with a bunch of likes for a particular program that somebody is interested in, it might be able to jump up in the ranks for schools that I'm going to do next. Okay. All right. So this says their pass PANCE rate, and this is from 2017. So the last like 4 years, I guess you would say, to 2020. So number of candidates who took the PANCE, and just keep in mind that, and I'm looking at this because they have an acceptance of 30 students. So I'm maybe this was the first year of its being in existence, and their acceptance was 25. I don't know, but let's see. So first time PANCE takers in 2017, number of exams attempted, it was 19. Exams passed was 16. Their pass rate was 84 versus the 97% national pass rate. And if you just kind of take a look at this, look at our national pass rate for like your first time PANCE takers versus your if everybody that's taking it, because it's kind of it went down in 2019, and that was the first year of the new changeover in terms of how many points you needed to pass, and then adding also that section on, I can't remember what it is. It was like it's not really compliance, but kind of like compliance, I guess you would say. I'd have to look at it and see, but there was a new section added into the PANCE. And so it went down in 2019 and it's bumped up slightly in 2020 from 91% to 93%. And I was probably part of this 91% right here because I didn't pass the first time. Okay. Here you have it again, 2020. They had 100% pass rate, y'all, for 2018. And this was first time takers in 2023, 87%. And then in 2027, only one person didn't pass that year of the 27 people that took it. So 96% right there. All right, let's get out of that. So that's good for you to know. I mean, this kind of goes to show like, hey, they are, sitting up here and training their people adequately, I guess you could say, to pass their boards and become great providers. Let me see what you guys have in the comments section as I continue to go. Danielle Mapp said she just applied to their program yesterday. Oh, well, I wish you many blessings on that application. Hopefully, you get offered an interview. So there's an application checklist here, which I think is nice for people to use. You can just kind of check off the various different things that you need to do if you've applied through Caspa. And again, like I said, not every program is Caspa affiliated, so that you're still going to apply. So you can still apply to the programs that aren't Caspa affiliated. It just means that you're going to have to apply through their particular school website. This does have a supplemental application and application fee. So another thing to keep in mind when you're thinking about these schools, it is $175 to apply to the first program and submit your first Caspa application. And then for each subsequent application is $55. But then you think about a supplemental application and that's another $50 that you have to add on top of that. So you need to make sure that you're kind of like counting these coins and making sure that you have that money put aside so that when you are offered, we're speaking that into existence, when you're offered the supplemental application, you have the money to pay for it. Okay. Official transcripts, so making sure you get your transcripts and if you're an international medical graduate, they accept you, they allow you to apply. Okay. So for all of those, international students that hit me up on YouTube and Instagram and are like, hey, ma'am, I want to attend PA school in the States. Well, this is one of these programs that you can apply to, but you're just going to have to call. I would suggest calling them and specifically asking them for if there is what information it is that I would need to apply as an international student. Okay. Here it is where they use the WES system, the World Education Services, to do like that transcript matching where you will put in your transcript or your grades from your international degree, and they will match it to see how it lines up with, or what specific courses would line up with their prerequisites. And then you would need to know, okay, what else you need to take. So just something to keep in mind as well. Policy on pass fail grades. So this is all talking about grades. It says, prerequisite pass-fail credit hours will not be accepted outside of the 2020 calendar year. Please note that courses taken for pass-fail grade will not impact the applicant's GPA. Okay, which again makes sense. It will allow so in light of COVID-19, AHU's PA program will allow an applicant up to 8 credit hours of prerequisite pass-fail grades receiving during the 2020 calendar year only. Wow. So that's like a really good thing for anybody that is trying to apply right now, like from your grades from last year in 2020 due to COVID. If you had like a pass-fail, they will allow you to use 8 credits, which typically is not, like allowed. You're not allowed like pass-fail grades for like anatomy and physiology, but they will allow that. which is a good thing because it doesn't affect your GPA per what they're saying. So if you had a GPA of like a 3.7 and you passed something, then your GPA is just going to stay 3.7, which is cool to know. Okay. Degree requirements. All applicants must have a minimum of a bachelor's degree. Bachelor's degree right here, you guys. It's saying it right here. And I talk to you guys about that all the time, that for PA school, you just need to have a bachelor's degree. It could be in anything that you want. However, when you're thinking about that bachelor's degree, you also have to remember and keep in mind that your bachelor's degree has to meet all of the prerequisite requirements. You need to have those prerequisite courses in that degree. So you might have to take some other courses while waiting. So again, their minimum GPA requirement for both cumulative and overall science is a 3.0 on a GPA scale of a 4.0, okay? It says all prerequisite courses must be completed with a grade of C or above, which is kind of standard across the board. Some schools say nothing lower than a B, so a B minus will not cut it, but I think a large majority of schools does say C. You'll need to do your professional essay, which is your personal statement. Again, 5,000 characters, and that is based on Caspa, not on the particular school. So 5,000 characters is what you're allotted to like upload into Caspa. So when you're coming to me and you are sending me personal statement reviews and you have like 3, 4, 5 pages and I'm cutting it down, I'm doing you a favor, you guys, because I know that you have a lot of experience that you want to allow these people to hear. However, they're still not going to hear it, because if you put it in, it's only going to be the first 5,000 characters. Okay, so just keep that in mind. Physician assistant. Oh, they're talking about the PA CAT. Okay, you guys, I've talked about the PA CAT. I did a video for Rosh Review. It's on the Rosh Review website. I've done a couple of giveaways for the PA CAT review that Rosh Review is doing, and it says we highly recommend that you secure your test date at least 6 weeks prior to the deadline, because all applicants are required to take the PA CAT. So that is something that I'm seeing that is new. Okay, when the PA CAT was first in existence, like a couple of years ago, and I first did a video on the PA CAT, not many schools were requiring it, but this school is, Advent Health University is requiring the PA CAT. So just keep that in mind. This is what they're asking you to do, but change up. Okay, the GRE is not required nor considered. So if you don't want to take the GRE, this is the school for you to apply to, because they are not requiring the GRE. All applicants are also required to take the Casper exam. Okay, that again is the interpersonal characteristic test. You know, it assesses like how you will handle people and how you talk to people and how you deal with people, and essentially, which is important because you're going to be dealing with people on a consistent basis as a provider. So they want to know like what skills you're going to be able to bring to the table. So keep that in mind. PA CAT required. Casper required. GRE not required, nor is it considered. Okay. All right, let's get to it. We are in the nitty-gritty of the things. This is what you all came here for. What are the prerequisites for this program? Okay. So always, you guys, always, I'm telling you this because I made this mistake when I was initially applying to PA school. Read everything. Read the things in the parentheses, read the things in the fine print, because it will get you in trouble if you don't. Okay. It says science prerequisites all must include a lab component with the exception of genetics. Okay. So everything needs to include a lab. You cannot have human anatomy and physiology or just physiology and it not have a lab. It has to have a lab. Okay. So they need 8 credits of A&P, which is 1 and 2, 4 credits of organic chemistry, 1, which is essentially the organic chemistry class, which is typically 3 credits, and the 1 credit lab. Same for either organic chemistry 2, or you're going to do biochemistry, which is cool because, you know, if for whatever reason you don't want to do biochemistry, you don't have to. You just, you know, you're going to take OChem 1 and 2 anyways. Microbiology is what they're requiring, and genetics, which is different for me because some of the schools I was looking at, it did not like require 2 additional upper division science courses. So micro and genetics, it just kind of required one or the other. So it's interesting that this is a requirement for them. They want you to do general psychology or developmental or abnormal. And again, that's something that was different when I was applying, because schools, some of the schools that I was applying to required you not only to do a general psychology, but then have developmental or abnormal. And again, that was specific, but I like the way that this is laid out, that you can have any one of those, kind of like social sciences and be okay, which is good. And then it has statistics, anyone, elementary biostatistics or general statistics, and medical terminology. So I like this. Oh, and it says certification acceptable. So, maybe you didn't get a credit, but you got just like a certification of doing a medical terminology class. So that is also acceptable. It says we do not have a time frame for any of our prerequisite courses, including science prerequisites. Yes. Oh my gosh, you guys, this is so good, because you know what? Like, there are so many schools that have a requirement of like 5, 7, 10 years, like they need to be completed or within the last 2 years or 3 years. So this is actually a really good thing. Let me see again as I continue to go down what's going on in this comment section. Do the University of Baltimore. There's a University of Baltimore school. I'll check that after I look at this. I didn't know that was a thing, so I'll check that out. And L. Jones asks, Caspa generally opens in April? Yes, it does. Casper opens at the end of April, like the last week of April every year, and it closes in like March of every year. So this is the list, this Caspa list here. Where is it? This Caspa list here is the list of schools for 2021 to 2022. So 2021 to 2022 cycle that opened in April will end in March. The 2022-2023 cycle will open in April of 2022 and end in March of 2023. Okay, so that is how that works. Policy regarding, okay, so they already addressed that earlier, where it said 8 credits of outstanding prerequisites is what you can have at the time of your application. So no more. And again, they will allow up to 8 credits of pass-fail grades, which again is really something that is kind of like novel. So for those of you that may have that, keep that in mind. It allows you to apply to this program. All right, let me get a sip of water, okay, you guys, because my throat is getting a little dry. Recommended experience. Okay, this is another thing that we need to keep in mind, because this is your healthcare experience, right? This is what you come and you ask me, like, how do I get healthcare experience? So these are some of the recommended experience that they are asking. We strongly recommend that applicants present documentation of at least 1 year or 2,000 hours of direct patient care experience. Woo! 2,000, you guys, it's cutthroat out here. You know, I was used to seeing schools 500, 1,000, 1,500, 2,000. You know, these PA schools are kind of stepping their game up. And that's, again, another reason why they're becoming so much more competitive, because 2,000 hours, like 1 year of experience, Are you able to get that in undergrad? Are you working every summer and able to like bang out 2,000 hours, or do you have to take a gap year? So these are things that you should be looking at now, especially in like your junior year, your sophomore year. Look at these programs now on where you think you might be or where you want to be, where you want to go to school, and look at all of these prerequisite requirements, because yes, they will change from year to year, but at least you will have a base foundation on what you should be getting, okay? Applicants who undertake a wide variety of patient responsibility and demonstrate excellent critical thinking skills are competitive. So that's like your nurses and your firefighters and EMSs and things like that. So examples of preferred patient care experience hours counted at 100% include, what's this counted at 100%? Okay, let's see. So athletic trainers, audiologists, cardiac monitor techs, CNAs. Yeah, go CNAs. That was me. All right. Clinical researcher. Wow, clinical researcher. Okay. Dental hygienist, medical assistants, but clinical, like where you're actually like dealing with patients. Okay. Military corpsmen, nurse coordinator / navigator, paramedics, perfusionists, phlebotomists, radiology, technologists, dietitians, respiratory therapists, registered nurses or LPNs, and surgical techs. Okay, so those are all like you're getting 100%. Examples of related healthcare experience hours counted at 50% up to a maximum of 1,000 hours. So I'm a little confused at this 100% versus 50%. Maybe it's saying like if you have like 500 hours as a medical assistant, like an administrative medical assistant, then you will really have 250 hours and you get that many hours up to 1,000 hours. But then you need to have something that's more clinically based, like the ones that they have further up. So I think that's what it's saying, but we'll look a little further down and see if they answer that. So administrative medical assistant or a medical scribe, nutritionist, ophthalmic technician, a Peace Corps, patient care advocate, social worker, and pharmacy tech if you're just doing the retail, like non-hospital based one. All right, so it says the above list of direct patient care and related healthcare experience is not all inclusive. Okay, yes, of course. Additionally, types of direct patient care and related healthcare experience submitted on the application will be critically evaluated for depth and breadth of the experience. Please note shadowing healthcare providers and hours credited as part of training, educational, or internship programs will not be considered for direct patient care experience, which I mean, if you guys have watched any of my videos on PCE versus HCE versus shadowing, like you know this, okay? Again, leave your comments in the comment section below on what school you want me to do next. And if you have a school or somebody that has listed a school and they really like it, you like those comments so that I can go and see exactly what it is. All right, letters of recommendation. 3 letters of recommendation are required. Oh, I skipped. So it says PA shadowing. We do not have a minimum requirement for PA shadowing hours. However, we highly recommend shadowing a variety of physician assistants. All right, so again, if you're interested in getting like virtual shadowing, I don't know if they will accept that due to COVID and just kind of how things have kind of shifted. But we do virtual shadowing on GTCU. We have some that are already listed. And then my plan is to start at this upcoming month that we're going to be having a virtual shadowing program for you guys set up where, you can get at least 18 hours of shadowing. All right, letters of recommendation. So 3 letters of recommendation, which is typically what is required in Caspa. Some schools will require 2, but you upload 3 anyways in Caspa and it will send it off automatically. So for international applicants, like you might have to take this test of English as a foreign language, like your TOEFL test, just to prove that you can, speak English adequately. So that's something that you might want to keep in mind as well. But and then you will have to provide evidence of a temporary or permanent U.S. residency. So like if you have a green card or visa, and you would have to prove that also. It says successful completion of a bachelor's, master's, or doctoral degree from an institution where English is the primary language. So these are some for you all that are interested, your international students. and you graduated from an international program, if you have a bachelor's degree, master's, or doctoral degree, it needed to be from a program that had English as its primary language of instruction. And then on top of that, you would have to take the TOEFL test, okay? Selection preference. Oh, okay, so they got some preferences. All right, it says the following are groups of applicants who receive preference for admission. Applicants who meet any of these preferences must still meet the same academic and clinical prerequisite requirements. Okay, additionally, the presence of one or more of these preferences does not guarantee admission into the program. So graduates of Advent Health or a Seventh-day Adventist university or college, which I did. So if I wanted to apply, maybe I would have had like a little extra preference, because if you go back to their mission is about creating spiritually cognitive and like conscious providers. Okay, so this is a Seventh-day Adventist school. I actually took some courses at this school when I was in high school, which is kind of cool. Or if you're a Seventh-day Adventist, which again I am, so shout out to all my SDAs out there, and applicants with current or previous documented military experience, which is cool. Okay, so you might get a little kick if you meet any of these. Interviews are offered by invitation only. It doesn't say exactly how many interview sessions they have. It says, please understand that meeting our minimum requirement does not guarantee an interview. And you guys understand that, okay? You can apply to many schools and not get one interview. So I just keep that in mind. The admissions committee will consider the cumulative data collected and the strength of the interview, and then the applicant's firm and clear commitment to the profession, and due to the competitive nature of our academic process, meeting the minimum standards does not guarantee admittance. Okay. So this is key because they keep addressing that, right? And so again, if you have 2,000 hours, which is one of their minimum requirements, if you have 3.0 out of 4.0 on science and both overall, like your cumulative GPA, that's a minimum requirement. That does not mean you're going to be granted an interview, because it is competitive out here. People, is cutthroat. So you got to make sure that you're surpassing these numbers, okay? And then, of course, like for matriculation, you need to be vaccinated. And that's something big, because when you're getting into healthcare, like you're going to be in the hospital and things. So unless you have like a really, really good reason as to why you can't get a particular vaccine, like literally like an anaphylactic shock type of thing, or like complete like religious belief or whatever the case may be, you have to be vaccinated. Okay. You will need health insurance. Again, you would have to do a drug screen, which everybody that is entering into PA school, you go through all of that. So just keep those things in mind. And a deposit, a seat deposit of $500 is required. Oh, and this is non-refundable. Okay. Non-refundable seat deposit of $500. Your acceptance letter will provide a deadline. Those who pay the deposit but decline to enroll will forfeit the deposit. If that student is admitted to the same program at a later date, AHU will require another full deposit. A professional program deposit is not transferable to another department. Okay, so just keep that in mind. And who knows, maybe once you get into the program, the deposit goes to something else, but it does say non-refundable. So extra $500 you're gonna have to pay, and they require a background check. Okay, so that's what that is. It says the curriculum. We mold critical thinkers. A holistic education goes beyond textbooks. Core and program-specific classes must prepare graduates. Okay, our program is 27 months. So a little over 2 years. That's how long my program was. Again, because we started in the summer and we ended in the summer. So 27 months, consisting of 63 trimester hours of didactic education and 44 trimester hours of clinical education. So a total of 107 hours is what your 27-month program is, which is a lot. Like there are some master's programs that are like 60 hours, 80 hours. So having 107 hours, you're getting the full breadth of your education. Okay. Let me go down. Divya says, hi, I'm Divya Suri. I wanted to apply, but I'm an international student. How I need to proceed further. Okay, Divya, so I addressed all of that stuff about international students up in the admissions part. You needed to have completed a bachelor's, master's, or doctoral degree from a predominantly English-speaking program in the country that you are currently located. And then from that, you would get all of your transcripts, send it through WES.org to get it, just kind of matched to see exactly what it is that it will translate into. Make sure you're calling the school, let them know that you're interested, and ask them what the process is. And then you go through those steps. Okay. Let's just look at their academic catalog. Let me see. Did I click it? All right, so you're going to be doing, intro to the PA profession, just understanding the PA profession, history and physical exam, principles of clinical pharmacology, gross anatomy, identity and mission. What is this? This course addresses the mission and practice of faith-based healthcare. Because this is a faith-based school, a wide range of assignments and readings, biblical and elsewhere, provide the healthcare provider in training with broader understanding of the spiritual dimensions of healthcare. Topics include human identity as the image of God and child of God, spirituality across faith traditions, compassionate whole person. I think I might have liked to go to this school because I'm super spiritual, religious. I love God and stuff. And the fact that it's already integrated into the curriculum, I think I would have liked that. I don't know. And I'm used to that because I went to a private Christian college anyways. You don't start doing pathophys until the second semester. I think that's how it was with us too. We started pathophys in the second semester, the fall semester, and then we completed it in the third. Yep. And then you start your clinical rotations. Yeah, this is essentially kind of like the same thing. I like how they have healthcare disparities in here, 1 and 2, because there are quite a few of those. So understanding that as part of the whole person, the holistic person that you will be treating, because you're not only going to be treating one set of people, it's important to understand how healthcare disparities play a role in the overall health of individuals. You will have a research in your 4th trimester of your first year. And here's where your rotations start. You're the 1st trimester of your 2nd year. Okay. So this is all it. General surgery. How many rotations do you, I guess it's just, they're just listing all of the ones because you can have those rotations in various different places. Okay. All right, let's go back to where we were at. Prerequisite eligibility. To glean a better understanding. An official evaluation won't transpire until we have received your official transcripts with outline courses. So again, all of that will go through Caspa. So it talks about their frequently asked questions. And it's just pointing you back to like their various different areas, okay, that you would go find like what their prerequisite requirements are. So L. Jones, let me see if there's anything else. Let's just go down to their additional details. Master's applicants and students of the program should be aware of the following. All right, here we are. You should be aware of the following: their mission statement, which is what we saw earlier, spiritually cognizant healthcare providers. Okay, that's what they're trying to create. The goals of this particular program is to recruit outstanding educators. And so this is for their faculty, support and nurture spirituality and enriching learning environment. Okay, I like that. I like it a lot. Graduate students who will be successful on their PANCE, and it lists another place where it lists the pass 3 of their PANCE pass rate, which is again very good. That it's clear, it's here, like they're not hiding it. You don't have to go searching for it really hard. It's right here in front of you. It says preparing highly qualified individuals. Okay, I like this. Here we go. So it says matriculated students in the class from 2020 to 2022, okay? The average age was 27, but students ranged from 21 to 49. Okay, so you're not too old. All right, you're never too old to apply and get into PA school and start that career. But 21 to 49 with an average age of 27. GPAs, their overall GPA was a 3.49, and their overall average science GPA was a 3.46. It says 16% of students possess a graduate degree at the time of admission. And so not, obviously, like there were some people that already went and did like grad school, but that was a small percentage. The majority of them just had their bachelor's degree. This is typical. The gender, 74% female, 26% male. The PA profession is highly female dominant, so that's typical. Race, all right, so 58% Caucasian, 13% Asian, 12% African American, 1% Indian or American Indian or Alaskan Native. All right. And as far as ethnicity goes, they said 34% identified as Hispanic. So, again, like, cool. You are committed to diversity. This shows diversity. I would love to see these numbers a lot higher. So please, my diverse brothers and sisters, please go apply to these programs. We need more diverse providers because we live in a very diverse world and it's continuing to become more and more diverse. So we need people that are cognitive of the various different needs of a diverse population. So please, let's apply so we can raise some of these numbers. Clinical experience. All right. So the average hours of clinical experience is 5,659. Now, if you remember, I stated that their minimum requirement was 2,000, but look at what the average was, 5,659. Okay, these are the things that you have to keep in mind. If you're coming in with a 2,000 minimum hours and you're going up against people with like 6,000, 7,000, 8,000 hours of clinical experience, like you have to be hitting it in all of these other places. Like your GPA needs to be like a 3.7. You need to have done like some really great things in terms of your volunteer experience and all of that. Your personal statement should be on point. These are, when I talk to you guys about like, I talk to you all about making sure these other areas are on point. This is the reason why I'm looking at it. And now you guys can see it firsthand, and you will continue to see it firsthand as you join me every week on Tuesday as I continue to do these different schools. So you'll see it firsthand on what these requirements are. And it says that they look at the whole person. Throughout the educational program, our students learn how to create the whole person, body, mind, and spirit. So they're looking at that. So there's a lot of little fine print here. The expectation metric. The program defined benchmark of greater than or equal to 85% for student exit survey report. I don't know what these things are. Exit survey program seeks 100% all-time pass rate. We recognize that some students may require more than one attempt to be successful on the exam, which is true. Benchmark of 40 hours of community service during the program. So you need to have 40 hours of community service while being in the program. Okay. Highly qualified individuals who have demonstrated academic prowess. All right, cool. Let's go to the technical standards. And this is where you'll have like, the various different skills listed. It says this program strives to develop competent primary care providers, okay, PAs. The following technical standards specify which attributes our PA faculty consider necessary to thrive in the program. Observation, communication, motor senses, problem solving, clinical skills, judgment, stability, cognitive, that's all cool. I don't want to look at the manual, and so you can look at that yourself. It's going to be a lot. Additional resources. What is this? Oh, it's talking about ARC. So if you are interested in the accreditation status of any of the schools, the PA programs that are in existence, you can go to arc-pa.org, and that is where you will see all of the schools. You'll see like why they may be on probation. It will give you like an explanation of their particular status and what that stands for, and then when they are up for review. So that's a good site to have in your back pocket, okay? NCC PA, that's our certifying body. So when you become a PA, to become a certified PA, you'll take your PANCE, and that's offered through NCCPA, and then you'll be certified, pay your money, and be among the ranks. Post-Bac Studies. If you already have a bachelor's degree but are missing some prerequisites, post-bac courses are available for you. Once admitted for post-bac studies, you'll be allowed to enroll in a minimum of 6 credits per semester for up to 1 year in general courses at HU. Okay, so you can do a post-bac there and then, apply to their program. All right. Tuitions and fees. This is the money, y'all. This is where the money is at. So for the 2022 to 2024, the estimated cost of the program is going to be $90,000. So $17,000 each semester. And it gives you exactly like the reason why. It goes through which was that more than what I was paying? No, I don't know. I think we were like 80 something, but maybe it came out to be 100 overall after everything was all said and done. But I like this breakdown on what they have here, and it shows you exactly what you're paying for. And so, you're gonna have to get a loan or find some money, or get into some stocks or savings, whatever it is, to kind of offset this $90,000 cost. But $90,490 is what the cost is to go to that program. And here's the faculty. Okay, let me see if there's anybody I know. Nope. Don't know anyone. All right, so Kerry Whitaker, he's the department chair, director of program assessment. I'm not really sure what that does, but Matthew Alman, he's a PAC. Miss Balmer, she's the clinical director. So probably over your handling all of your rotations and stuff, she's who you would deal with. Clinical program manager, Jenica. Mr. Cornyn is a professor. And Mr. Edgar is also a professor. Laisley, assistant professor and director of program admissions. Oh, so this is the guy. He's the director of admissions. Somebody to keep in mind and know about. Mr. Wood is the PharmD, your pharmacology director, medical director. Okay, so Dr. Levine is the medical director, and there's usually a medical director on the program. Academic director is Miss Murray. Dr. Murray, she has a DPT and a doctorate in education as well. And Miss Gahey is the executive assistant of the program. All right, and so let's look at their facilities as well. Let me see, you guys, what else do you have going on? Would a program, this is from L. Jones, would a program with a provisional accreditation be generally easier to get into? I don't think so. I thought so initially when I started my channel, but it's not accurate because yes, maybe some of their requirements may be a little lax in terms of like, it's not a 3.2 but a 3.0, or maybe they might require like a 2.75 or something, maybe a little less hours, but you and everybody else are thinking the same thing, so it's still going to be very competitive. So you'd think that it would be easier to get into, but it's really not. So they have a lab. This is the PA lab, which looks cool, and that's the only thing that I'm seeing right now. All right. So that's it. So that is it, you guys. So that was the Advent Health University PA program, okay? And it laid everything out for you. I'm going to stop sharing that now and go back to this. I think that this is good. Let me see. Youngblood said, "Good eve, ma'am. Good eve, Youngblood." Maya said she loves the idea of Casper, and I do too. I think it's really important to have something that really tells you like how this person is going to be, because you can be the best, you can be the absolute best student, but you can have no interpersonal skills whatsoever, making you a really bad provider at the end of the day. Because yes, clinically, you will be able to get what the disease process is, and you'll be able to, like, diagnose them and treat them. But a lot of what we do as providers is like actually like sitting down and talking to the patients and answering questions, and some hand holding, and a lot of like social work type stuff as well. And so it's important to be able to make sure that you're in that realm of being able to provide care for patients. Okay. Ash said, "Thank you for all the information. It's motivating. Great. I'm glad. I think that this is going to be beneficial." Alexia, you're asking if I'm saving the live. So the live is going to be up on my page. So anytime I have a live session on YouTube and it's streamed to YouTube, even if it's being done through StreamYard, it will be up on my page as one of my videos. And so these sessions will be saved. They will be there for, ever, I guess you can say. Can I link a GPA calculator for Caspa? Okay, so for help me out, because I'm not really sure what you mean by for Caspa, because Caspa calculates their own GPA. But if you want a GPA calculator, I think like Mercer has one. Let me just see. I'm gonna look at. And I think they have one. Yeah, so let me just share this with you, and then GPAcalculator.net. That was the one that I used. I liked that a lot. Okay, all right, so let's share my screen again. And I will do GPAcalculator.net first. So I went here to GPAcalculator.net. This is the one that I used when I was calculating my GPA. I just went to the college GPA calculator. It's free, obviously. And so you put in your, I hate doing this thing. It's always popping up. Sorry, y'all. All right, so I put it in, you don't have to put in your course, okay? You can put that in if you want to just kind of keep yourself organized, because, after putting in like A and 3 or credits, or B and 2 credits, it kind of gets mundane, and you can like make a mistake. So you can put in like the first few letters of the course just to keep yourself organized, but you just continue to put it in, and then you can add another course, add as many courses as you like. And they have it here for everything. You want, let's see, you had to say a C plus, and that was 2 credits, and automatically it calculates your GPA. So you can do this for science and overall GPA. And then here on Mercer University, they have like a weighted calculator, and you can really do the same thing. It's a little less interactive. You literally have to like put everything in, and then it will do it. You'll calculate that semester grade, and you can go from semester to semester as well. So those are the 2 that I use. So just type in Mercer GPA Calculator later, or GPAcalculator.net. Okay. But those are the 2 that I used. Will you post all these links? Yes. So I will post the links in the description box, or maybe I will pin this comment for Caspa and then Advent Health University, so that you can go ahead and look at the school, and you can just go a little bit more in depth, or you can follow along with the video after it has been uploaded to my channel, like for safekeeping. You can do that, okay? And that was from Benatha. Okay. Kennedy says, could you go over Xavier University in Louisiana? Yeah, I don't have a problem doing Xavier. I might be able to do that next. I do have somebody that said something about Baltimore University. I'll have to look that up. L. Jones says, has anyone used my PA box to calculate their GPA? So again, I don't know if anybody has used that. If you have, go ahead and answer that question for her. I've gone through my PA box, I've worked with them, and I really like their setup in terms of keeping you structured and organized and ready for PA school in terms of the GPA calculator, and then like their PA school match. Excuse me. Throat's a little dry, you guys. But their PA school match, where they will essentially match you with programs that you fit. So if you have 1,000 or 2,000 or 5,000 hours, you put that in. Whatever your GPA is, you put that in. All the prerequisite courses you have. And then it will literally match you with schools that you meet those requirements for. So I think that is good. I think it's a good way of helping people not make mistakes and of applying to schools that they do not meet the requirements for and wasting that money. So if you are interested in my PA box, they do have a GPA calculator. So you can use that as well, along with all of the other resources that they have. Okay. I don't know if it's still, yes, I do still have like a percentage off, where I believe you get $5 off. It's like $65, you get $5 off. So it'll be, or $55, you get $5 off. So just whatever it is, you'll get money off if you use Adanna the PA code, like the Adanna PA code. And I'll put that in the description box as well, or in a comment. Shamia says, oh, wow, I'm Adventist and I want to be a PA. I just stumbled across this video. Thank goodness. All right, Shamia. All right. So here you go. Adventist, Advent Health University, it used to be called Florida Hospital, but Florida Hospital University / now Advent Health University is a Adventist school. You get a little bit of a preference if you are Adventist or former military or even just graduated from an Adventist school. So look into it. It might be something that might work well for you. It says, Sharon says, I was a mental health technician for 3 years. Would that count? So I think obviously it would, in terms of, because you're seeing patients, your mental health tech, and they have like all of these other tech things. Let me see if I can go back to that list of school of things that they had in terms of what they would allow. Okay. Let me just try to go there. I'm trying to get back to that area for us so that I can go specifically and see what they had listed. But I think what the thing is, depending on if you were clinical versus just solely administrative, that's where that whole 100% versus 50%. So if you had 3 years, and I'm guessing that they're saying an average of 2,000 hours a year is what you would have gotten. So you would have had 6,000. So if you had 6,000 hours, then yeah, you're pretty competitive. You're there, you're right in line with their average student. But if they were counting it as 50%, only 1,000 hours of that goes towards that minimum requirement of 2,000. So that's just something to keep in mind in terms of where you will be. But I think I don't see any reason on why it should not count. But you can always, again, just ask the school, just call the school and ask the school. Like, don't take my word for it, because, I'm this girl on YouTube. Just a girl on YouTube. So don't take my word for it. Call the program just to make sure. Okay. All right, you guys, that's it. Like, look at this. We finished literally right at like an hour mark. And so that's kind of what I want to do. So I'll be spending an hour with you guys every week on Tuesday, sometimes Wednesdays, maybe Mondays, depending on if I work or not. And we're going to be reviewing schools. I will be looking at what schools you guys want me to do next. Okay, so leave that in the comment section below. After this video is posted, go comment on the video what schools you want to see next. And if you're watching the rebroadcast of this on my YouTube channel, just comment automatically what schools you want to see next. And then I will do that if I get a lot of likes on that particular comment. If not, I would just be going down the line. So if I'm going down the line, Albany Medical College is next. Their deadline is this week, is October 1st. And so something to keep in mind, y'all. Something to keep in mind. Obviously, you would have missed that deadline, but, just knowing what you need to do, go moving forward. Let me just share this screen with you really quickly again so that you can see exactly what I'm talking about with Caspa and where to look at things. So here it would be Albany Medical College. Their deadline would be October 1st. And let's just look at these. Orange deadline, application, payments, transcripts, and at least 2 letters must be received by that. Application must be verified. Okay. So the blue is, what's the blue say? Application must be submitted on the deadline date. Program materials do not have to be received by the deadline date. Okay, so it's blue, orange, green. So green means everything has to be in. Blue means some of the things have to be in by that, not program materials. And orange means that program materials need to be received. Okay, so white deadline program has not reported its deadline requirements. Let's see if there's anything like that. Oh, right here, California State, their deadline is to be determined. So when we get to that California State, we will see exactly what that means. Maybe it's a new university that is like opening up. And then I just want to scroll down to this bottom for you, because here, look at all these programs, you guys. Oh my gosh, it's a lot. But here it shows you, oh wait, this is, let me do this where it's big for you so that you can see. Let me just share my full screen so you don't need to see my face. So right here, it shows you all of the developing programs. So there's quite a few programs that are in development for this current cycle. And they're always going to have developing programs. So again, y'all, Chamberlain about to come out with the PA program. Oh, it's about to be over. Chamberlain does the nursing degree online, the NP degrees, as well as like they have like actual like brick and mortar schools as well. So they're about to come out with a PA program. So maybe they might be doing something that is online. So that's something to look for. And so we will get to this. We will get to all of these schools and all of these programs at some point, probably next year since it's lower on the list. But yeah, this is it. These are all the programs. And so, like I said, the Albany University would be next, okay? Up at the top, because if I was going Albany Medical College, if not, it's whatever you guys want. All right. Thank you guys. Thanks so much for watching. Again, leave your comments in the comment section below. Let me just go through these comments one more time. Jonathan says, does a PA school only start in fall? No, it does not only start in fall. Some start in winter, some start in summer as well. Winter being like November, December, it's last January, like a December start, end of November, or January start, and some start in the summer, like May/June. Okay. Joseph says, hi, Joseph. Okay. And so you guys are listing your schools, and again, leave them in my comment section once this video is done. Okay. Thank you guys so much for watching. I will talk to you guys next time. Bye.